Shalom. First off, I want to give all honors, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadas. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS who gave us his truth, wisdom, and knowledge. Blessings upon the elect of Israel, beginning with the 144,000. And to all brothers teaching this doctrine for the edification of the elect. I pray that peace and mercy is bestowed upon you by Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. This is the brother Halal from Great Millstone Chicago camp coming at you with another lesson. And this lesson is going to go into how, there's a reason why as men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that we don't want the carnal riches of this world, man. And in these latter days, especially with the stuff that's going on, with Diddy and these other celebrities, man, we're seeing, what happens when you place the earthly things above the things which are spiritual. And this right here is a prime example of it. These people, they have all this money, and at the end of the day, it really doesn't even make them happy. But yet us having the true knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we have that closure. And we know that whatever we go through, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Lord will is with us even to the ends of the world. So, I'm going to let this video play and may this lesson be edifying to the flock.
Hey guys, it's your boy BSG. We got some interesting news coming out of the hip-hop world. Miss Lotto, the lady that puts down men that don't have any cash, is saying, hey, being rich, it's kind of boring, man. I got 5 mil. Ugh, got everything I want. Life is just so boring. It's almost as if life is more than just monetary things, and the connections we have with people are a lot more important. But nah, that's whatever. When you're poor, you're fighting to become wealthy, you're doing everything you can to expand your mind, to get as much money as you can, which puts you into different scenarios and the struggle of life and just forces you to do more. But once you're rich and once you get everything you want, well, damn, what's the point? It's almost as if life is more than just like what you can spend money on. Hey guys, it's your boy.
And what he said was completely on point. Especially being a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but even in the world, man, there's way more to life than just the materialistic benefits that you can get from it, man. And these people that have all this money and all of that stuff, after they spend it on everything that they want, hey, it really doesn't mean anything after they buy it, man. But these riches is not going to be able to save these people. Look at what's going on with the entertainment industry and Diddy and all these other celebrities. Their money is not going to be able to save them. So let's start this off with the book of Proverbs. Let me check to see if the sound is on. Okay, Khan. Let's see. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, and verse 4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. So, the monetary benefits, the materialistic benefits of this world, it only means something when you first have it, man. But after you're in the industry for a couple of years and you spend your money on everything that you want, the money, cars, clothes, and jewelry, these people wonder why they're not satisfied. Why? It's because they ultimately don't have what we have, man, which is the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The wisdom and knowledge of this truth is worth more than any of these riches that the world can give us. And that's why we don't seek the carnal things of the earth, but those things which are above. Let's go to the book of Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16. And I'll start at verse 24. It says, then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. And this is ultimately what we have all done. We sacrifice time with our families. We deny ourselves. We cut ourselves daily. You know what I'm saying? We reprove one another, and ultimately, hey, we're taking up our cross, man, spiritually, and following Yahweh Bashemal Shai. You know, following the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Verse 25, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So we ultimately give up, you know, all the things that which we had in this world for Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and of Great Millstone, you have a lot of talented brothers, man. You have men that have a lot of skills and traits that would have gone that could have garnered them fame in this world. You know, had they put those things above what Yahweh Bashemal Shai values, man. But they gave all those things up that they may obtain something greater. And though it be not great in the sight of men, it's great in the eyes of Yahweh Bashemal Shai. Verse 26, it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? In exchange for his soul, Salakia. So what profit is there? What gain is there, you know, if you receive the material wealth and lose your own soul, man? You know, and give up one of the most precious things in order to obtain that. You know, nothing. It may seem all good in the beginning stages, you know, because the scriptures do say in the day of prosperity, I believe that's in Sirach. Let's see, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, so Sirach chapter 11 and verse 25. It says, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. And let's look up the word prosperity in the etymology. The word prosperity in the etymology, it says flourishing or thriving condition, good fortune, wealth, success, and anything good or desirable. So when you're living in a flourishing condition, you know, you don't think about the afflictions, man. And what do the scriptures, you know, say to those who are carrying their cross? What does it say in Sirach 2? If thou serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, which is what? Afflictions and trials made to test your faith. It says, and in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. And that's exactly what's coming. You know, a day of great affliction upon all these people, upon all those of our people that sold out, you know, they gave their lives up, you know, just for temporary riches. Salakia. But yeah, going into what I was saying, hey, in the day of the affliction, man, the riches that these people have is ultimately not going to mean anything, man. You know, so I'm going to end this off with the book of it says, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient enough for me. Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of the Lord in vain. So, hey, we only need enough, you know, to last from day to day. We don't need the riches of this world, man. And that's what we're asking the Lord, man, ultimately to give us our daily bread, to give us just enough to live from day to day, so that we may what? Sustain ourselves and most importantly, make time for the ministry. You know, because everything of this world is ultimately temporary, and it's all gonna fall away. You know, I end this off with the book of 1 John chapter 2 and 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. So ultimately, hey, if you value the things of the world above, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai is not dealing with you. Yahweh Bashim Shai is only dealing with those of a poor and a contrite spirit. And what does the word contrite mean? The word contrite in the etymology it says broken in spirit by a sense of guilt, conscience stricken, and resolved not to sin. So the Lord is ultimately dealing with those that are looked down upon in this world, that have a contrite and humble spirit. And are what? Conscience stricken and resolved not to sin, man. Broken by a sense of guilt. Us repenting to Yahweh Bashim Shai and trying to do our best, to please the Heavenly Father. That's the only thing that matters, man. So I hope this lesson was edifying, and I want to give all honors, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS, Ruel Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and Abad Babal.